Welcome students. If you remember, in our last lecture, we have seen the transformation matrix. Actually, we have derived this transformation matrix from the basic principles, and we got it that the transformation matrix T for the truss element is CS00 minus SC00, 00 CS and 00 minus SC, where C we have seen C is cos theta and S is sin theta, whereas theta is the angle made with respect to x axis in an anticlockwise direction. We have seen that any member AB which is inclined at an angle theta with respect to global x direction, so this angle is measured in an anticlockwise fashion. So this is theta. This is what we have seen. Then sin theta and cos theta. This is the transformation matrix for truss element. And in our last lecture, we have also seen the necessity of transformation matrix. Why we require a transformation matrix in truss element, and why haven't we derived the transformation matrix? Why haven't we thought of the transformation matrix in case of beam element? That is what we have seen. Now, today we will further extend our discussion. I remember in our last lecture, we have also seen the relationship, that is local displacement is equal to transformation matrix into global displacement. Local displacement I will name as del is equal to transformation matrix into global displacement. This is what we have seen in our last lecture, last discussion. Actually, we have derived it from the basic principle. Local displacement is equal to transformation matrix into global displacement. This is local displacement. Local displacement is equal to T is transformation matrix, and this is global displacement. This is what we have seen, the relationship between global displacement and local displacement linked with respect to the transformation matrix. And this transformation matrix, as in the beginning of the lecture we have seen, the transformation matrix format is like this: CS00 minus SC00, 00 CS and 00 minus SC. Similarly, if I want to write global displacement now, so this transformation matrix, since it's a matrix relationship, it will be T inverse delta E. The global displacement is equal to T inverse, it will come on this side, 1 upon T into delta G. 1 upon T is T inverse as per matrix. Now, the property of this transformation matrix, a beautiful property, T inverse is equal to T transpose. Inverse of the transformation matrix is transpose of the transformation matrix. All of us have seen in our earlier discussion what is transpose of a matrix. When we convert the columns into rows and naturally rows into columns, we get the transpose of the transformation matrix. This is transpose of the transformation matrix. Transpose of the transformation matrix. Tongue twister. Transpose of the transformation matrix. Inverse of the transformation matrix. Inverse is equal to transpose. Inverse of the transformation matrix is transpose of the transformation matrix. This is the beautiful property in matrix method. So we don't need to calculate actually the inverse. Inverse calculation process takes time. But transpose, only thing we need to convert rows into columns and naturally columns into rows. So our T matrix in this particular thing is CS00 minus SC00, 00 CS and 00 minus SC. This is the nature of the T matrix. Now naturally the transformation matrix for the same will be T transpose will be, I am converting the row into column, so CS00 minus SC00, 00 CS and 00 minus SC. This is what I have converted the row into column. This was the row of the transformation matrix, and now this is the column of the transpose of the transformation matrix. Now we also know this transpose is also equal to T inverse. So I just need to convert rows into columns. So first row is converted to first column, second row is converted to second column, third row is converted to third column, and fourth row is converted to fourth column. So this is what I write as a transpose, and I know this transpose of the matrix is equal to inverse of the matrix. So this is a beautiful property. We don't need to calculate inverse actually. If we write the transpose of the matrix, that is equal to inverse of a matrix. That's the property with the transformation matrix. So now I can write the global displacement delta global is equal to T transpose delta element, local element. So this delta global is equal to, now the T transpose matrix I am writing C minus S 0 0 S C 0 0 0 0 C minus S 0 0 S C into elemental displacement. So this is true that global displacement is equal to T inverse into local displacement, but T inverse is nothing but T transpose, and that is why delta global can be related to delta local. You have seen delta element is equal to T delta global. Therefore delta global is equal to T inverse delta element, and since T inverse is T transpose, we can write this transpose of the transformation matrix like this. This means we have converted that particular first row into first column and so forth. So this is the relationship we need to remember and we need to execute at later stage. Now there are other relationships also. Now we write the first relationship, local displacement is equal to T delta global. Local displacement is equal to transformation matrix into delta global. Same thing we can write, local elemental force is equal to T global elemental force. Local force is equal to T global force, and we can write therefore delta global is equal to T transpose delta element. P global is equal to T transpose P element. This relationship can be derived from this T inverse. T inverse is nothing but T transpose. And now the last relationship, global stiffness matrix for a truss element is equal to T transpose K element T. T transpose K element T. We need to remember all these relationships. So global stiffness matrix for truss element is equal to transpose of the transformation matrix into elemental stiffness matrix in local terms into transformation matrix itself. Transpose of the transformation, elemental stiffness matrix in local term, and transformation matrix. This is elemental stiffness matrix in global coordinates. This is elemental stiffness in global coordinates with respect to global coordinates. This is elemental stiffness in local coordinates. Elemental stiffness matrix in local coordinate. We need to remember at least these 5 relationships in local coordinates. I know this is transpose of the transformation matrix, T matrix, and this is T matrix itself. This is transformation matrix itself. We have derived transformation matrix, we have derived elemental stiffness matrix. Now in this lecture, let us calculate what is K global, that is elemental stiffness matrix in global coordinates. We have derived elemental stiffness matrix in local coordinates. We have derived transformation matrix. We know transpose of the transformation matrix is nothing but we have to convert the rows into columns. We have already known the structure of it. Now let us derive the elemental stiffness matrix in global coordinates. So elemental stiffness matrix in global coordinate will be, elemental stiffness matrix in global coordinate will be we have known K global is equal to T transpose K element T. I know all the values, therefore K global is equal to, I know the value of T transpose. What is that? Just now I have seen T transpose matrix, that is equal to C minus S 0 0, S C 0 0, 0 0 C minus S and 0 0 S C. This is transpose of the transformation matrix into AE upon L, and I know K element 1 0 minus 1 0 minus 1 0 1 0 into I know the transformation matrix CS 0 0 minus SC 0 0, 0 0 CS and 0 0 minus SC. This is the transformation matrix. I have to multiply these three matrices. And now I have done the multiplication. I got the value of K global elemental stiffness matrix in global terms. I will take AE upon L common. I know AE is known as axial rigidity of the member, A is area of cross section of the truss member, E is modulus of elasticity of the material of the truss member, L is the length of that particular member, E is equal to, I have multiplied these matrices, I have multiplied these two and then I have multiplied this. This is 4 by 4 matrix. Multiply with 4 by 4, the ultimate result will be 4 by 4. And this ultimate result of 4 by 4 multiply with this 4 by 4, I am getting the final matrix into 4 by 4 format, that is equal to C square CS minus C square minus CS, same is column, S square minus CS minus S square, C square CS S square. My friends, pay attention. This is the stiffness matrix of a truss element in global form. C, as all of us know, is cos theta. S is sin theta, where theta is the angle made by the truss member with respect to local x direction in anti-clockwise fashion. Measured in anti-clockwise direction. So C is cos theta, S is sin theta, C square CS minus C square minus CS, same is the column. Then S square minus CS minus S square column, C square CS and then S square. Now look at these values. Does it satisfy all the conditions of stiffness matrix? Let us check whether this matrix satisfies all the conditions of stiffness matrix. Yes, all the diagonal elements will always be positive. My friends, cos theta can be positive or negative. Even sin theta can also be positive or negative depending on which quadrant the angle is measured, in which quadrant the member is lying. But my friends, cos theta may be positive or negative, but cos square theta will always be positive. Sin theta may be positive or negative, but sin square theta will always be positive. So diagonal elements of this truss member are always positive. Second thing, the other elements are symmetrical. Yes, is it symmetrical? Yes, they are symmetrical. Yes, this is CS minus S square and then this is CS and this is CS. So all other elements are symmetrical in nature. Diagonal elements are positive, all other elements are symmetrical. And the special property of truss element stiffness matrix, if you add any row or if you add any column, the total will be equal to 0. Is it getting satisfied in this? Yes. If you add this row, total is equal to 0. If you add this column, total is equal to 0. You add any row or any column, total is equal to 0, and that is why all the properties of stiffness matrices are satisfied by this K global, that is the elemental stiffness matrix of a truss element in global coordinates. In our all further discussions, we are going to use this formula for writing elemental stiffness matrix in global coordinates. Now consider a special case in which this elemental stiffness matrix or this element is directed in the global x direction itself. Consider a case when this element is directed in the global x direction. Let us consider this case, that in our last discussion we have seen member AB. Let us just say this is member AB, and let us say this is global x direction, this is global y direction. This member AB is oriented in global x direction, naturally last time itself you have answered me that in this case theta will be equal to 0 degrees and cos theta will be equal to 1 and sin theta will be equal to 0. So I am writing the global stiffness matrix for member AB which is oriented in the global x direction. So K global, I am writing this is equal to AE upon L. Now this is, first of all I will compare this with the global stiffness matrix I have derived, C square CS minus C square minus CS. So I am writing C square, that is 1, CS 0, minus C square minus 1, CS minus CS 0, same is the column. Then S square 0, minus CS 0, minus S square 0, same is the column. Then C square 1, CS 0, and then minus S square. Have you seen this matrix anywhere? Yes, this is nothing but K element, that is elemental stiffness matrix in local term is equal to global term, and all of us agree for the member AB which is oriented in global x direction, the local stiffness matrix and global stiffness matrix should match with each other, and that is what we are achieving. That's why I have said that for all our further discussions I am going to use this format of the stiffness matrix for any truss element, that is whether it is in global direction or local direction. I will come to the conclusion later, but this is comprehensive, this is global format for elemental stiffness matrix, and I am going to use this format only for all our further discussion. C square CS minus C square minus CS, S square minus CS minus S square, C square CS and S square. This is the format I am going to use for all our further discussions in truss element stiffness matrices. Thank you.